Get ready. What you're about to feel isn't something everyone goes through. This goes beyond angel numbers and meditation apps. It's deeper. It happens only to a few people. Not just those who are waking up spiritually, but those who were meant to guide others. There's a spiritual signal you've been feeling. It's not loud or dramatic. Most people don't even notice it. But if you felt it, then you know it changes everything. Your thoughts, your emotions, your sense of self, and the way you see the world. Most people ignore it. They call it stress, burnout, or just being weird. But it's not confusion. It's a sign that your soul is starting to remember why it came here. This doesn't happen to everyone. Only to those whose energy is strong enough to carry change. If it's happening to you, it's not by chance. It's real, and it's here to stay. Now let's go through the 8 signs of this rare spiritual shift. If you felt them, you're not just waking up. You're being called. Sign 1. You don't recognize your life anymore, and you can't go back. It starts small. A random moment during your day. Maybe you're driving, doing chores, or scrolling your phone. And suddenly you feel it. This isn't me anymore. Your life looks the same, but something feels off. You've outgrown it. The job, the routine, the old version of you, it no longer fits. You didn't plan for this feeling, but it came anyway. Quiet, unshakable. And now you know you're meant for something more. Your job, your relationships, your goals, your identity, all of it starts to feel like it doesn't belong to you. Like you've been living a life that was never truly yours. You begin to question things you used to accept without thinking. Why do I care about this? Who told me this matters? When did I stop feeling alive? You might try to shake it off. Change your routine. Go on a trip. Do something to feel better. But the feeling doesn't go away. It deepens. You start to notice a mismatch between how you feel inside and the life you're living on the outside. This is the first layer of awakening for those who are chosen. It's the unraveling of a false identity. Most people never experience this. They can live their whole lives on autopilot. But chosen ones, they get pulled out of that false life, ready or not. You'll feel torn. A part of you will want to go back to what's familiar. But you can't. It no longer fits. And when you try to return, the path behind you disappears. This isn't just change. It's leaving behind everything that isn't really you. Once this starts, there's no going back. Layer 2. Familiar faces start to feel unfamiliar. After you begin to disconnect from your environment, your relationships begin to shift. People you once felt close to begin to feel distant. Conversations feel different. You might feel like you're speaking a new language. It's not that you're better than them. It's that your energy is changing. And theirs might not be. That gap creates tension. You'll notice strange reactions. Some friends avoid you. Some people misunderstand you. Places that once felt good now feel heavy. This part can feel very lonely. Many people stop here and give up their growth just to keep others comfortable. But those who are chosen keep going. Why? Because their soul won't let them go back to pretending. This stage isn't about rejection. It's about realignment. The universe is moving your relationships to match the person you're becoming. It hurts. It isolates. But it's also preparing you to attract the right people, those who match your true energy. Layer 3. You become sensitive to everything. The world suddenly feels too loud, too fast, too much. Places you used to enjoy now leave you feeling drained. This isn't social anxiety. It's energy sensitivity. Your body is waking up. You start feeling things more clearly. People's moods, their intentions, their energy. You may need more alone time. More silence. More nature. Not because you're afraid, but because you need it. Your body is asking for peace. You might even become sensitive to foods, noises, or screens you used to tolerate. It's not a problem. It's a sign of purification. Your energy is adjusting for a higher purpose. You're not just noticing the world. You're feeling it. And in a noisy world, that's powerful. This phase teaches you to protect your energy, to set boundaries, to pay attention to where your time and focus go. Protection is not hiding. It's preparing. You're learning to sense what others can't. And that's not a weakness. It's your new strength. Layer 4. You stop wanting to compete. Even when you're winning, you don't feel the same drive. You might still succeed. You might still have goals. But the need to prove yourself starts fading away. You're not losing ambition. You're gaining purpose. You stop chasing things that don't matter. You no longer need to be the best just to feel enough. Your ego quiets down, and your desire to serve, create, and share rises up. This is when you truly separate from the crowd. While others chase attention, you care about impact. While others want control, you want peace. You start to see that your value was never in your job title or your followers. It was always in your presence. Your soul doesn't want to win. It wants to awaken. And when that becomes your goal, you stop trying to fit into systems that were never built for you. Instead, you start building something new, something real. Layer 5. Time starts to feel strange. You look at the clock and an hour has passed, but it felt like 5 minutes. Or sometimes the opposite. You sit for 1 minute and it feels like hours have gone by. This isn't distraction. It's not bad focus. It's your awareness shifting away from linear time. Most people live by the clock. They follow schedules, routines, and deadlines. But when you begin to awaken, your connection to time changes. You begin to feel the present moment so deeply that the past and future lose their hold on you. You notice that life doesn't always follow a plan. It follows energy. Things happen when the timing is aligned, not when you expect. You may find routines harder to follow. Long-term goals lose their pull. That doesn't mean you're lazy. It means your inner guidance is turning on. You start to trust your instincts more than the calendar. You notice signs, synchronicities, and people showing up at the perfect time. The more you trust it, the more time becomes something you flow with, not something you chase. Layer 6. You begin to crave time alone, even if you're not lonely. You don't feel sad or isolated. You just feel better when it's quiet. You still care about others. You still enjoy company. But something inside tells you that you need space to hear yourself clearly. This often happens after your energy becomes more sensitive. Being around others too often makes your energy feel unclear. Even simple conversations can leave you feeling tired. You start turning down plans, turning off your phone, or sitting in silence for hours, and you enjoy it. This is because your spirit is healing. Solitude becomes the place where you reset. It's where new insights come in. It's where your body and mind can breathe. Being alone isn't empty. It's full of meaning. And the more time you spend in stillness, the stronger you become when you step back into the world. Quiet time doesn't weaken you. It strengthens your connection to truth. Layer 7. You begin to feel like you're here for a mission, even if you can't explain what it is. It's a feeling deep inside that you came here for a reason. Not just to work, not just to survive, but to do something that matters. You may not know what it is yet. You might get hints in dreams or flashes of inspiration, but it stays unclear. You only know that what you're doing now isn't enough. It doesn't light you up anymore. That's when many chosen ones start to feel lost, but they're actually getting closer to truth. You might lose interest in your job, your role, or your old goals. You're no longer satisfied with what used to make you feel secure. You feel pulled towards something greater, even if you can't see it yet. The more you ignore it, the louder it gets. That voice isn't your imagination. It's your soul waking up. Your purpose might not be public or loud. It might be quiet, personal, and sacred, but it's real. If you're feeling this now, it means you've reached a deeper stage of awakening, a stage where your soul starts guiding you without your ego blocking the way. Layer 8. You can no longer pretend to be someone you're not. This is the final layer. Once it happens, everything changes. You can't fake smiles. You can't say yes when you mean no. You can't play small to keep others comfortable. You don't become rude. You become real. And that realness makes people respond to you differently. Some will pull away. Others will be drawn in. But for the first time, you feel free. Free from roles. Free from pressure. Free from pretending. This is the deepest sign of a true awakening. The return to who you really are. You stop shaping yourself to fit into boxes. You stop following rules that never felt right. You stop shrinking to be accepted. You become grounded in clarity. And life becomes simpler, not harder. Decisions get easier. Boundaries become clear. You stop apologizing for existing. Because once you remember who you are, you stop acting like someone else. And that's when your awakening becomes real. Not because you've figured it all out, but because you've stopped performing. In a world built on masks, this makes you rare. If you felt any of these layers, even just a few, know this: you're not going crazy. You're not lost. You're not broken. You're waking up in a way most people never do. This is not random. It's not caused by stress. It's your soul stepping into a deeper path. A path where you don't live to survive. You live to remember. You're here to help others, but not by losing yourself. You're here to live as your full self. Awake, clear, powerful. That's why the old life no longer works. That's why the world feels loud. That's why your soul is pulling you inward. You're not just awakening. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. You're being prepared to lead. If this message spoke to you, leave a comment that says, "I feel this awakening in my soul." Let's stand in this together. Because chosen ones are never meant to walk this path alone. And before you go, be sure to watch the next video. Because now that you've started to remember who you are, the next question is this: how do you protect that truth in a world that's still asleep?